So I've been walking around. I'm in the UK right now, and it's actually the Queen's funeral tomorrow, and it's a really important date, and it just happens that I am here on an academic conference. But I've been walking around. Obviously, I had to go check out Buckingham Palace and give my respects. But I was also in Churchill's War Museum that's here as well. So I was thinking about the symbolism of what goes on in terms of the monarchy. And one of the sort of symbolisms that I was thinking about when I first got here in terms of monarchy, I was thinking of imperialism, right? Of this sort of march towards other people and taking over other cultures. But what's interesting when I'm here in the UK, and I'm struck by the sort of diversity and the multiculturalism and the sort of expansion of different ideas that happen because of this reach towards around the world. And I'm struck by how much actually the sort of imperialism spread the single idea of things like democracy, for example. And it seems really unusual to think about that, but if you think about the contrast of much of what has happened in the world, right? We first needed people to get united, right? And then from there, then we sort of developed these ideas of, from the Magna Carta, for example, to what happened in the British colonies over in the Americas. All of these kind of things were spread from this remarkable push around the world and uniting people around the world. So we could have stayed as sort of warring countries and warring nations. And this is what's sort of been striking, especially after I went to the War Museum, where I went to all the different tunnels where Churchill laid out, and you see all these maps. And actually my grandpa was in Normandy and marched all the way to Germany, and he had shrapnel in his legs his whole life. And I think about the sort of symbolism of this and how all the countries are united and come together. I think it's just really remarkable. And, thinking about the impact that the sort of single family had and how much it actually changed the world as we know it. I think we need to acknowledge really what it means, not necessarily of just imperialism and taking over all these different cultures and pushing towards something, but also the fact of, that this was uniting many worlds and having people come together and seeing the world in a different way and exposing the world to all these different cultures as we know it today. So, this is basically my tribute to the Queen at this moment, and to the monarchy. I'm thinking about how things have really changed because of the actions of whether it was right or wrong, or for this reason or that reason, but the actions of a single family or multiple families, how it changed the world. And I think we all have that power today. That's one of the really cool, amazing things that we have with democracy and the power of technology that we have. If you choose to have impact and you choose to do things, I think you could do it. You just have to get out there and actually start doing it. And now some people have the advantage of their family behind them. That's obvious, right? But if you choose to actually do something and you make a little small change every single day and you start spreading just goodwill, start being kind to other people, and you repeatedly do that over time, your legacy is bigger than you could ever imagine. Just like the monarchies. All right, take care. Bye from London.